How can a technology touted as the ultimate human replacement fail to meet professional standards over 96% of the time? We are currently living through one of the most significant financial paradoxes in modern history. On one hand, artificial intelligence is disrupting the global job market and attracting hundreds of billions of dollars in investment. On the other hand, the companies building these models are burning through cash, while the actual performance of the tools remains remarkably poor for generalized work. The truth is that while AI helps make some tasks easier, a recent systematic study found that when compared to a human professional, it performs worse a whopping 96.25% of the time. This means if you give an AI 10 tasks, it will fail to match human quality in at least 9 of them. This finding begs a critical question. Why has no one systematically compared how well AI performs against a human doing the exact same job until now? Most previous benchmarks have relied on simulated work or academic tests rather than real-world generalized labor. A team of researchers recently addressed this gap by creating the Remote Labor Index. The methodology was straightforward but revealing. They took real jobs already completed by professionals on the freelancer site Upwork and assigned those same tasks to leading AI models. These jobs spanned a wide variety of fields including video creation, computer-aided design, graphic design, game development, architecture, and audio engineering. Both the humans and the AI agents were given the same briefs and the same source files, such as Excel spreadsheets or instructional images. The results were abysmal. The researchers tested the models on 240 jobs with an average pay of $630. The top performer was Claude Opus, which managed a success rate of only 3.75%. That leaves a failure rate of over 96%. Google Gemini performed even worse with a success rate of just 1.25%. Even if newer models improve these scores by 5 or 10%, they are still failing the vast majority of the time. For these tools to be considered true human replacements, those success rates need to climb toward 40 or 50%, yet we are currently hovering near the floor. The study identified 4 primary reasons why AI systems are failing in professional environments. First, the AI frequently produced corrupt or empty files, delivering work in formats that were entirely unusable for the client. Second, the agents often submitted incomplete work. In one instance, a model delivered an 8-second video when the brief explicitly required an 8-minute finished product. Third, even when the AI managed to produce a complete file, the quality was frequently poor and failed to meet basic professional standards. Finally, there was a massive issue with inconsistency. For example, in architectural tasks, a house might change its entire appearance between different 3-dimensional views, or a digital floor plan would fail to match the sketches provided in the initial brief. Despite these failures, there were specific areas where the AI showed promise. The models were proficient at generating creative ideas, handling audio and image-related tasks, and performing data retrieval or web scraping. They were also competent at report writing and generating simple code for data visualization. However, the main takeaway is that while AI is a useful tool for specific narrow tasks, it is currently horrendous at general professional work. This creates a massive disconnect between the marketing hype and the reality on the ground. Current benchmarks are saturated, meaning AI looks great on paper, but the Remote Labor Index shows that in the real world, these systems are struggling to perform basic paid labor. This gap between expectation and reality is starting to show in the corporate world. A report from PwC found that the majority of CEOs currently see no financial returns from their AI investments. Many executives simply command their employees to use AI without a clear plan or understanding of the technology's shortcomings. This has led to a predicted backlash. Research firm Gartner suggests that by next year, half of the companies that fired workers to replace them with AI will actually have to hire those people back. We have already seen the consequences of over-reliance on these tools. Microsoft recently announced that 30% of their code was being generated by AI, and subsequently, the company has experienced some of the most significant software issues and bugs in its history. The fundamental problem may be the architecture of the technology itself. Large language models are designed to mimic human speech and patterns, not to build a functional model of the physical or logical world. A perfect example of this is chess. AI models are trained on millions of games and the written rules of the sport, yet they still frequently attempt to make illegal moves. They are mimicking what people say about chess rather than abstracting the actual rules of how the game works. Many leading researchers, including the pioneers of neural networks, believe we are hitting a scaling problem. They argue that simply throwing more data and more computing power at the current models will not lead to true intelligence. We are reaching the peak of what this specific architecture can achieve. The financial risks of this disconnect are staggering. We are seeing a massive misallocation of capital based on the belief that AI can be plugged into every field immediately. In the medical sector, the FDA has already received reports of AI malfunctions during surgeries and instances where AI misidentified body parts. In some cases, lawsuits allege that AI misinformed surgeons about the location of their instruments, leading to severe patient injuries. These are high-stakes environments where a 96% failure rate is not just a business problem, but a matter of life and death. The current atmosphere feels like a repeat of previous AI hype cycles. Since the 1950s, every generation of AI scientists has claimed that a human-level machine was only a decade away. From Marvin Minsky to the inventors of the first learning machines, they have all been proven wrong by the sheer complexity of human intelligence. Today, companies like Google and Microsoft are paying individual content creators hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote their models, a sign that the technology cannot yet speak for itself through its own utility. While these tools are undoubtedly useful for augmentation and saving time on routine tasks, they are not the autonomous workforce we were promised. True innovation requires moving beyond mere mimicry toward a fundamental understanding of the world we inhabit. Thanks for watching.